Have you ever felt like you're putting in all this effort to change something, trying new habits, but nothing seems to stick?
Oh, definitely. It's like that ice cube analogy from the book, right? You're warming it up, putting in the work.
Yeah, from 25 degrees to 31 degrees, but it's still ice. Still looks the same.
Exactly. The book calls that the plateau of latent potential. It feels frustrating, because the results aren't immediate.
But the work isn't actually wasted. It's just building up.
Precisely. It's accumulating until you hit that breakthrough point. And what's really interesting is how the book connects this to identity.
Identity? How so?
Well, it argues that trying to change habits without changing your underlying beliefs about who you are is kind of fighting an uphill battle.
Okay.
Every action you take, it's like casting a vote for the type of person you want to become. So it's less about having something like weight loss.
And more about being someone, like being a healthy person.
Exactly. Being someone who is healthy, someone who is disciplined. It's a shift in self-perception.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So how do we actually cast those votes consistently? How do you build those systems?
That's where the 4 laws come in. The book breaks down behavior change into this really clear, predictable cycle.
Right, a framework. Let's get into it. What's the first law?
The first law is make it obvious. Basically, habits start with a cue, some kind of trigger in your environment.
Our brains are always scanning for these triggers, aren't they? Trying to predict what comes next.
They really are. And visual cues are, well, incredibly powerful. Most of our sensory input is visual.
Just seeing something can prompt us. I remember the book mentioned that Vietnam soldiers example.
Yeah, that was fascinating. Many who were addicts just stopped when they came home. Not willpower, but a total change in cues. Their environment shifted.
So the practical takeaway is, how do we make the cues for the habits we want more obvious?
Good question. First step is awareness. Maybe use a habit scorecard just to notice what you're already doing, You can't change what you don't see.
Makes sense. Become aware first.
Then you can use implementation intentions. It sounds fancy, but it's just deciding in advance. I will do behavior at time in location.
So instead of I'll meditate more, it's I will meditate for 10 minutes at 7 a.m. in my living room. Much clearer.
Exactly. It removes the ambiguity. And you can build on that with habit stacking.
Oh yeah, I like that one. After my current habit, I will do my new habit. Like after I pour my morning coffee, I'll take my vitamins.
Precisely. You latch the new habit onto an existing one, making the cue automatic. Another vote cast almost without thinking.
Okay, law 1, make it obvious.
Yeah.
Got it. What's law 2?
Law 2 is make it attractive. This taps into the idea that it's often the anticipation of a reward, not the reward itself, that drives us. That dopamine hit comes from the expectation.
Right, the craving. So habits that trigger a bigger dopamine spike before you even do them are more likely to stick.
You got it. Highly habit-forming activities usually have that strong anticipatory reward.
So how do we make maybe less exciting but necessary habits more attractive?
A great technique is temptation bundling. You pair something you want to do with something you need to do.
Like only listening to your favorite podcast while you're doing chores, or watching Netflix only while on the treadmill.
Exactly. You make the thing you need to do the gateway to the thing you crave. It links the effort to an immediate bit of pleasure.
That's clever.
Another angle is social influence. We naturally want to fit in. So join a group or culture where your desired behavior is just the norm. It becomes attractive by association.
And the language we use matters too, right? Like reframing, I have to exercise, into I get to build my strength.
Yes, that simple shift changes the feeling around it, makes it more attractive, less of a chore.
Okay, obvious, attractive. Law 3.
Law 3, make it easy. This one's huge. It's about focusing on repetition, not just motivation or intensity. Habits become automatic through practice.
Frequency over duration, initially at least. Like that phrase, neurons that fire together wire together.
That's the essence of it. The more you repeat an action, the more the brain optimizes for it. So reduce the friction.
Make it convenient. Design your environment so the good habit is the path of least resistance, like putting your running shoes right by the door.
Or prepping healthy snacks so they're easier to grab than junk food. It's about making the starting process effortless.
And the 2-minute rule fits perfectly here, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Scale any new habit down so it takes less than 2 minutes to start. Read a chapter becomes read 1 page.
Do yoga becomes roll out my yoga mat. The goal isn't mastery at first, just showing up. Making it easy to cast that vote.
Exactly. And the flip side works too. Make bad habits difficult. Increase the friction.
Like hiding the remote or putting your phone in another room when you need to focus.
Or using commitment devices. Things like setting up automatic savings transfers. You make a choice now that locks you into better behavior later.
Okay, that covers making it easy or harder for bad habits. What's the final law?
Law 4, make it satisfying. This closes the loop. Human nature 101. What is immediately rewarded gets repeated. What's immediately punished gets avoided.
And the problem with many good habits is that the real reward is delayed, right? Better health, more money. That takes time.
Precisely. So you need some kind of immediate payoff, especially when you're starting out, to keep the momentum going.
This is where things like visual trackers come in, like a habit calendar where you put an X each day you do it.
Yes, that simple act of marking it off provides immediate visual proof of progress. It feels good, it creates a chain you don't want to break. That little hit of satisfaction reinforces the behavior now.
It makes the vote feel counted immediately. But there's a potential pitfall there too, isn't there? Something about Goodhart's law.
Right. Be careful not to focus only on the metric, like the streak, and forget why you started the habit. The tracker is a tool, not the ultimate goal.
The goal is the identity, the long-term benefit.
Exactly. Consistency, showing up even when it feels a bit boring, that's what truly builds the habit and reinforces the identity.
So these 4 laws make it obvious, attractive, easy, satisfying. They all work together as a system.
They do. The first 3 laws increase the chances you'll perform the habit this time. The 4th law increases the chance you'll repeat it in the future.
And it all circles back to what you said at the start. It's about identity. These repeated actions, these small wins, are the proof you build for yourself.
That's the core message, I think. Building better habits isn't just about achieving outcomes. It's fundamentally about becoming the person you want to be.
It's a really practical and quite profound way to think about change. It gives you concrete levers to pull.
Definitely. So maybe the question to leave everyone with is this. If every action you take truly is a vote
For the person you're becoming.
Yeah. What identity are your habits voting for today?
That's definitely something to reflect on. We've covered a lot based on the book today, the core ideas of the 4 laws. Hopefully that gives you a solid framework to think about your own habits. Thanks for listening.